It's nighttime and it's still hot. I sweated out all day and now I'm just done sweating. This one sounds kind of funny. It's a Ritchie or whatever it is, one of those precision ones, so what do you expect? It's making an additional selection of noises right now. There we go, now it's better. It's starting to cool off now. I don't know what that is. No, it sounds like a fan is hitting something. Oh, that's not the fan. Huh. I don't know what that is. Kind of a weird refrigerant sound. This takes a while to build pressure, but it's only a rotary, so that's to be expected. It'll get cold and work great in a few minutes. So we're looking at 81 over 67 in here. Yikes. Okay, into the bedroom we have something which is much more reliable. And much quieter. A 1982 Carrier Siesta. Excellent machine. Already freezing. Okay, and here we're looking at 78 over 72. Let's see how this one's doing. It's getting cold. It's still making that funny sound. I don't know what that is. It sounds like it's moving around or something. I'll have to look into that later. It's still not quite cold yet. It's taking its time. It's getting there, but it just takes a while. The window is open in here. I don't have an air conditioner in here. So I'll just shut this. I suppose I could throw that Amana one in here. That little one there. but I don't use this room, so what's the point in cooling it? Alright, in the kitchen we have the Dole air conditioner. Very important. Starting to get cold, and now it's getting pretty cold. This one gets to business real quick. That's a very good machine. One of very few products that's Energy Comet is still pretty good. And here we're starting off at 81/66. And lastly we'll go into the living room. Oh, well, that's not going to work. It's too bad I can't have the windows open because I like that sound coming from the outside, but it's just too hot. Too hot for the nighttime, you know. During the day it's fine, but at night, come on. Already getting cold. Alright, let's go back and check on that. It's already cold in the kitchen. It's probably already cold in here too. Yep, you already feel a chill in the air when you walk in. Let's see how this is doing. Yeah, it's cold now. This takes its time, and it makes that funny sound. I don't know why. Sometimes it goes away, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know, it cools just fine, so it's what it is. It almost sounds like something's kind of loose in there. I ought to take it apart and see if I can get it going, serviced correctly. It's definitely got a charge, you know, I mean, you can hear it. I don't think that it's out of charge. I don't know what the problem is. It just takes a long time to get going. But it's blowing nice and cold now, so that's good. Alright, well, we'll give it some time to give these things some time to start working, and then we'll come back and check on them in a little while. I think I forgot to grab the temperature in the living room. Let's see what the temperature in the living room was. In the hallway, it's 82. It's awfully hot for the night. And here it is 80/67, and this is at 9 o'clock. The machines have been running for about an hour and a half, so let's see what we have now. We got 75/48 in the kitchen. This thermometer thing I don't find to be very accurate. It's just 72. This thing blows. Oh. 33, that's impressive. Very, very cold. Alright, let's see how this one is working. And here it is 74 over 76. This one is also pretty cold. So it too is throwing out some pretty cold air. Alright, let's move down the hall. In the hallway it's down to 75. And here it's probably the coldest. 73. 73 over 42. This is definitely the best machine, I think, out of all of them. Removes the moisture very well. It's blowing out 40. 37. That's pretty cold. Very quiet machine. That's why I have it here in the bedroom. And let's see how this one's doing. It's still kind of, well, actually it's not too bad. It's 74 over 49. So this is holding its own. I don't think this really works as well as it should. Oh, actually it's not bad. It's blowing out 46. 46 with, well, that's certainly not accurate. And it's doing what it should be. It's giving you, 20 degrees plus, depending on how much you want to believe this. The coil is filthy. I had used this in the kitchen for a while, and so I think it's got all like cooking grease and stuff in here, so I need to clean this thing out severely. And that may be why it's not working too good. It's working good. It's cold coming out. It's just not quite as cold as the others. 45, 42, 44. Well, actually, you know what? That's really not all that much different, actually. That's about as that was about as cold as the carrier was. The carrier's a little colder, but I don't know, for some reason I didn't think it worked that good, but I guess it's working fine. It's not pulling the moisture as well as the carrier is. I think this runs a fair bit faster than the carrier. I'll tone it down. I mean, in theory, you should always run these things on high because you want to get as much air going through the condenser as possible. Maybe I'll tone it down a bit. And then, of course, the air coming out should get colder and it will be drier. These things are kind of paradoxical because if you run them on a slower speed, you're going to get less subcooling. You're going to get cold air coming out, but it's less air. You're running on a higher speed, you get more subcooling. You're going to get a lower temperature air, or a higher temperature air rather, but it's higher volume. So does it really cool any different on low than it does on high? I don't know, probably not. So I just run it on high all the time because the machine is going to be in better condition running on high. So let's go take a look on the outside and see what kind of condensation we have coming out. I'm sure that this one is pouring out water as it always does. take a look at the others. And they're all on high because it just, you get better subcooling with it on high. Compressors are going to run cooler. Pressures will be lower. That's what you want. Unlock the door before you can open it. Darn. Well, let's see how the Sharp is doing. The compressor is so quiet on this thing. It's got a lot of water coming out. Back cold, we got a full charge on there. It's working. And it's sweating, so that's copacetic there. And then we have the carrier, which removes moisture exceptionally well. What's going on with my flashing light here? Hold on. And there's the suction line. It is sweating. So that one is copacetic as well. Hopefully this is one of the last couple of days that we need to use the air conditioners, because the light bill is going to end up being astronomical. That's odd. It's actually warmer with the fan speed going slower, probably because there's less subcooling. Alright, that's a wrap on this video. All the air conditioners are working good. And that's it. It's time to go to sleep.